Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime known for having the most menacing fiends, the most atrocious jumpings, and some of the finest flexes in anime. For those not familiar with the term, a flex in anime is when you get characters showing their true power and then hitting a demonic pose before running the hands. This dude definitely knows there's a camera on him. So we finna be going through the best flexes for each Jujutsu Kaisen character I have deemed somewhat important. Apologies to Toto. These characters include Itadori, Nobara, rest in peace, Nanami, rest in peace, Megami, Yuta, Toji, Sukuna, and Gojo, in that order. But before we get to it, let me hit a classic YouTuber moment and say please subscribe and maybe like. We've been getting a ton of support lately and we gotta keep that ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, enjoy the video. Alright, we starting off with our MC that has no plot armor, Itadori Yuji. I feel like if you spend time in the anime community, you already know what clip I'm about to choose, but just for kicks, let's go through some honorable mentions. Number 1, immediately upon entry into the show, Itadori beats a world record. He don't really hit a pose here, but it's still pretty cool. Number 2, Itadori's rage moment when his mans got turned into a duck. Number 3, Black Flash with Nobara. Number 4, Black Flash with Toto. And finally, the man's best pose moment, him versus Mahito. At this point, when they're getting into the final scrap, Mahito had already wiped the board of Nobara and Nanami. That is to say, he fucking murdered them. So after Toto lost his hand to Mahito's domain expansion, and it was just Yuji versus the rat, Yuji had more than enough anger stored up to hit a mean rage moment. But instead, after knocking the rat to his knees, our L-taking goat goes, I was gonna hit a rage moment, that type shit you can put in a compilation, but nah, that's what you thrive off of. All I wanna do now is kill you. If you get respawned, I'll be the one to kill you. If you change your name and face, I'll be the one to kill you. I guess I'll just keep killing curses like you until the day I die. I'm you. Spawning in the greatest anime meme I've seen in a long time, with the where you go, I go, what you see, I see. God, I love this shit. And the fact that it's even leaking into other communities like Fortnite and shit speaks to how good this moment is. But bro got his kill stolen, so I'm gonna have to give it a max 8.2 out of 10, especially when you take into account who else we got on this list, man. Alright, up next we got the recently departed Nobara. You see, she really tried to run the ones with a villain that's on the MC's hit list, so you know she took that out. But before she started looking like she had a new variant of the chickenpox, she was doing some damage. I think she was like 1 out of 2 people that actually land any meaningful hits on this little rat. And she also definitely posed up with that cocky ass smile. But since she couldn't land the authority of the pose and win the fight, this is not her best moment. Instead, we gotta look back to season 1 when her and Itadori were hitting the 2v2 with the Blood Brothers. So after Orange Dude released his Blood Wasp, whatever this is technique, Itadori and Nobara made a mad dash to get out of range, but clearly they forgot they was playing duos because the younger brother was able to get the jump on them. Now at this point they're in a pretty bad state. Both Nobara and Itadori have been hit with the brother's blood that's imbued with a sort of poison technique, which has Orange Dude over here acting all confident and shit, which you already know that's a sign this dude is about to get his shit railed. And of course Nobara hits that You really thought you had us on the ropes? Yeah, nah. Thanks for the checkmate, dumbass. Self-harm, go! So because of her ability, she was able to hit the brothers through hitting herself since she had the brothers' blood in her. So now we got Itadori running the hands while Nobara's basically hitting them with stuns. And once Ball Boy over here is one tap, Nobara lands a nail in him just to turn around and face the older brother and do this shit, bruh. Bro really let the mans get up, faced his brother dead in the eyes, and then eviscerated the dude she wasn't even looking at. Yeah, no, that's just downright disrespectful. I'm gonna give this a 7.1 out of 10, not because it's bad, but there's just so much better to come. And plus, it was only like a C tier villain, if that. Be honest, the only reason we remember these motherfuckers is because of Choso. Alright, on to our next character, the employee of the month, our favorite middle-aged man, Nanami, who unfortunately, like Nobara, is cooked. But before bro got cooked, he himself was cooking. Alright, so here's the scene. Nobara is running the ones with Ponytail here and losing miserably. But right as the finishing blow is about to be dealt, our boy Kool-Aid Man's through the window and then starts hitting this Vogue-ass walk towards him. Ponytail goes, bro, why are you walking so confident when I got a hostage right here? Fuck.
Did you pray today?
Jesus, personal spaceman, fucking surprise attack. What? Why is this guy so sturdy?
Did you pray today?
I'm atheist. Yeah, so needless to say, that's not the actual dialogue, but I still fucking love this moment. There's so many attributes, like how Nanami entered the scene, to how he walked, to how much of an absolute fucking unit he was made out to be, that sells the shit so well. And the fact that it was against a character that pretty much everyone hates makes it a million times better, bro. After watching this dude be an absolute menace to Black Suit and Nobara for like 10 minutes straight, that punch felt like it came straight from the heavens. Oh, also, fun fact, this scene is the entire reason this guy actually ends up dying. You see the marks on his cheek? They have to do with his technique that basically allows him to summon miracles, usually to protect himself. But in his fight with Nanami, you can see that he has 2 on his left cheek. First punch, now he has 1. Second punch, now he has none. And after the third punch, next time you see him, he's completely out of marks. So I'm pretty sure it was punch, impact, sign to take out his last 3. And this shit is not talked enough about, man. Nanami basically killed this man 5 times over just for Sukuna to steal that E-limb, bro. And for that reason, I'm giving this a 7.8 out of 10. Yes, even after all that, that's as high as I'm going to go because the power levels we're dealing with right now aren't that high. That shit was literally a flick of the wrist for Sukuna. Alright, next character we got in store is our self-sacrificing side character, Megumi. Actually, no, we gotta talk about this shit because it actually has to do with his flex. So in recent episodes when Megumi was at his breaking point after getting his ass whooped during some family issues, he comes up against, yep, that's right, this fucking guy again. And on his last leg, Megumi makes this little pose and summons Divine General Maharaga, who in this moment is hyped up to have killed a previous leader of the Gojo clan who has the same abilities as this Gojo. But since Megumi isn't powerful enough to control him, it's turned into a, hey, I'm gonna die, but so are you. Now, with this in mind, after this episode, people started to realize how many fucking times this bozo has tried to off himself to take out an enemy. He almost did it when Hanami showed up, but Salmon here stopped him. I'm pretty sure he almost summoned it here too. I might be wrong on that one. But the craziest one is in the first fucking episode. Sukuna gets reincarnated in Itadori, and then immediately our mans be hitting that roses are red, weapons against me won't prosper, and with this sacred treasure I summon Big Raga the Apostapa. Like, nah man, you gotta put more value in your life. So clearly I can't label any of these as his best moments, but his best flex or pose does come when he stopped trying to off himself. When fighting with the special grade curse that had consumed one of Sukuna's fingers, not gonna lie, Megumi was getting his ass whooped, and he was about to try and summon that shit again when a flashback of him and Gojo talking slapped him across the face. Hey Megumi, yeah? Do we party up because we're shit at the game? Or are we shit at the game because we party up? What the fuck are you talking? So after 22 episodes and however many years at life, bro finally locks in, hits a partial domain expansion, and this crazy ass smile. That's a W. That's a W in the books for Megumi. I'm gonna give this shit a 7.5 out of 10. Once again, because the power level we working on ain't that high. But that starts to change now. Yuta Akatsu. I probably mispronounced that. This man has not gotten much screen time in the regular seasons aside from right at the end. So let's focus up on Jujutsu Kaisen 0. In this movie, I'm gonna say there are 4 main contenders for bro's flex moment. The first is in the climactic fight with him versus Geto. Actually, 3 of the 4 are. After saving Maki from being mauled by the wild animal that is Rika, bro jumps on the pole in some real Itachi timing, rips out the cursed speech megaphone, and hits the meanest. Fuck, that shit is cool. Another one that's in this fight is when I think bro hits a black flash or something. So first of all, Yuta hits that mean speed blitz, faking out in front, weave, fucking shatters his sword while trying to imbue it with a curse, and instead just punches Geto in the jaw. Now, y'all see those red and black effects? Is that not indicative of black flash? This is not a rhetorical question. I need some answers in the comments ASAP. Anyways, the last one in this specific fight is after Geto gets his Uzumaki all ready to go. Bro for some reason gives time for Yuta to Riz Rika up and therefore power her up enough to summon a love blast or whatever that is. Anyways, that's not important. What is important is that look right here. You know bro has full confidence. He has this fight in the bag based off that look. And I also feel like this moment is probably where he got this gotta get shit done look about him he seems to have in season 2. Anywho, while this fight and all the moments were definitely fundamental for the character he becomes, I still don't think they were his best flexes. His best flex does happen in this movie, but it's literally 7 minutes into it. So Gojo's trying to hype up this 3-person classroom for the new student at Jujutsu High. Spoiler alert, it's Yuta. But these 3 have been talking mad smack, bro, with Maki saying shit like, yeah, if he's cocky, I'm gonna fuck him up, and saying right before he enters the room, I'm gonna ignore him, just for legit the first step to change all that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rank that highly. I'll say 8.4 out of 10, but we still got 3 more characters to go, and you know these dudes are in the top 1% of cold ass motherfuckers, so let's get to it. Third last on our list is Toji for Shiguro. Personally, my favorite character, so much so that I'm trying to get his physique, but video of that won't be out till November 2024, so make sure to sub. Anyways, not important. What is important is that aside from specializing in milk shopping and evasion of child support fees, he also specializes in being a goddamn badass. So much so that in his first introduction to the show, he fights 2 of the strongest back to back and wins both. That kick was personal. Yeah, Gojo wasn't fully realized, and when he was, he turned Toji into a donut, but it's just the fact that all of the people he's fought use some sort of external technique, and then Toji over here like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. He's able to keep up with and kick the asses of people who are essentially using magic simply by being built different. As for his greatest flex, people's minds probably jump to killing Gojo, but I don't want to put it there because yeah. So let's look at his performance in Shibuya. Probably my favorite fight here was him versus Megumi, but that was less of a fight and more like disciplining your child. Violently disciplining your child. So by process of elimination, Toji's best flex moment easily goes to his fight with Dagon. So Megumi, Maki, Nanami, and whoever the fuck this is are honestly getting their asses whooped. Megumi tries to make an exit to dip out, but nah, you ain't making a door to leave. You're making a door to let him in. And the edits and audios that come from the next part go hard as hell. The whole, they would all bear witness to the bare flesh of the one who is free, to the one who left it all behind, and his overwhelming intensity is such a crazy line, man. So that's clearly the pose moment, and the power he demonstrated after that is definitely deserving of the pose. He was literally running on water. Toji and his Jesus arc for real. I'm gonna give this a 8.9 out of 10. Yes, partly because of favoritism, but let's be real, any moment with Toji in it is a major W. The king of curses, Sukuna. This man, like after the Shibuya incident arc, what do I even say to encapsulate this dude? This absolute menace, this absolute deity. Alright, I'm glazing, but y'all know when you see Itadori with the lines on his face, you're about to see some of the most biblical ass fights ever witnessed. Or at least you are if it's the second season or after, because in the first fight, let's be honest, bro was getting bitched. But after getting the power boost from Jogo, he was feeling himself. Alright, I want to run the ones and you're the strongest in the vicinity, so let's go. And this started the biggest fight in Shibuya, until 20 seconds after that, bro got in a fight with Maharaga, thus making the new biggest fight in Shibuya. You see what I'm getting at here? Anytime this dude fights someone who can somewhat keep up, it is a city class catastrophe, and bro's best pose moment is no different. Actually, it comes while fighting Maharaga. So after Megumi summons Big Raga the Opstapa, Sukuna pulls up and saves his life. After that, they get straight to the ones, exchange a couple blows, they both get blasted into separate buildings, this motherfucker comes out with popcorn, and then they get back to it. And this entire fight was catastrophic. Cars were flying, buildings were falling, where the fuck did that train come from? But Maharaga had been slowly adapting to Sukuna's attacks, and Sukuna recognized that and knew he had to wipe this dude off the board in one hit. Or in reality, an infinite amount of hits in an instant. So he puts his hands together and hits the yeah, that's clean as fuck. And look at that hand movement. Bro knows he whipped up a 5-star meal. This shit defo gets 9.5 out of 10. And I know the next 2 minutes I'm about to throw at you may be the unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna say Gojo's flex still trumps the hell out of Sukuna's flex. I'm sorry. I've read the manga and I'm still sticking to it. So, Gojo Satoru, the one and only honored one. In the first season, he's introduced as the goofy-ass mentor, and it's not until his fight with Jogo later in the season that we start to see his true colors shine as the strongest. Also, side note, poor fucking Jogo, man. Bro took like 2 total fights, and they were against Sukuna and Gojo. How unlucky do you have to be, man? Anyways, while in the first season, Gojo is seen as the indisputable strongest, it's not until the hidden inventory arc that we get to learn some of the juicy deets of bro's background. Like, for example, when going on a whole ass side quest to protect this girl, something he definitely failed by the way, he had his fade ran by my main man's Toji. Bro ended up looking so bad, I don't even know if I can show it on YouTube. But because of that insane out, it only makes his flex that much better because now it's not just a flex. Now it's revenge. So after Toji gets his payday, he walks outside to find a genuinely tweaking Gojo. Bro even hit the "Are you for real?" So Gojo starts rambling about how he survived while saying Toji lost because he didn't stab him in the head with the curse tool used to break Limitless. To which Toji replies, "I'm gonna lose.
Our fight is just getting started.
Is that right? You could be right. You're so right!
Damn, even the dub voice acting's peak. So they jump to the ones, and Gojo is just easily weaving all of Toji's attacks while looking cool as fuck doing it. And throughout this fight, there's probably like 10 different shots I could take and be like, yep, that right there, that's the pose. But the real pose comes when we get some coloring that looks like it's straight from Vinland Saga.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. After hitting that biblical ass pose, Gojo wraps up the battle by blasting Tojo with his first ever Hollow Purple. Holy shit, this fight is so peak. But I'm still gonna give it a max of 9.8 because trust me, if they deliver on season 3 like they've delivered on season 2, I need to leave room for improvement. Because oh my god, they will be adding some of the most diabolical characters and some of the most diabolical fights. So look out for that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like and check out my Patreon. Special thanks goes to Grimmick and Theo, who are already Patreons and of the highest tier too. I appreciate y'all. Anywho, bye.